Glenn, Woody mentioned he felt like this was a good building block for you. How did you feel out there?
Felt better. Was able to get ahead a little bit more often. Obviously had the rough second inning. Was able to battle through that one and get through the fifth. So overall felt a lot cleaner. Felt a lot more like myself. So big step in the right direction.
Woody seemed to think that the last inning was your strongest. Did you feel that way as well?
Yeah, no, I think I got the curveball going. Not a lot of hitters can differentiate between the curveball and the slider. Makes them respect the slider a little bit more. So, I think I've gotten into swings where guys were seeing spin and laying off, knowing that it was breaking out of the zone. So, being able to establish that curveball and making them respect both spins was pretty big.
Do you feel like you're still getting your stamina back physically after COVID?
I feel good. I feel good physically. Yeah, I mean, there's no residual effects from COVID still there. So, we're coming to the park every day, looking to get better, looking to execute that plan for the day and get ready for the next start. So,
anything in particular you'll try to hone in on for that next start?
We'll watch film tomorrow, get some feedback going, communicate with the staff and see if there's anything they would like and, start putting a plan together for that next one.
CJ was commenting that maybe you made some in-game adjustments early in the game. Was that conscious, or he thought he noticed something, just an adjustment? I think it was with your leg.
It's a game of adjustments,
okay.
Right? Like walk about on 4 pitches is probably going to be, obviously, it needs to be an adjustment after the first pitch. But we're learning, and obviously, there's always going to be something that needs adjusting. So, but yeah.
Thank you. Trip unfolded. Is it more frustrating to get beat the way you guys have when you're in every game and you're right there?
Yeah, because I just know how much this team cares and how much they want it, honestly, and the work that they put in. So yeah, it is kind of a little bit heartbreaking because it's like we played well enough to actually have a really successful road trip, honestly, and it just didn't work out that way. But we got to keep our heads up. We got to keep working. We obviously got to try to improve and find a way to win those games, especially the last 3. I felt like we could have actually won all 3, outside of a few just things that didn't go our way. But we got to keep our heads up. I think that's the biggest thing, and keep pushing forward because we're going home, playing in front of our home fans. We haven't been home in a while, so we're going to look forward to that and play in front of our home crowd.
What did you see from your offensive approach tonight?
I thought that guy was good. I don't typically like to give their guys too much credit, but at the end of the day, I got to tip my cap to him. He did a good job. We didn't hit too many balls hard. He used the cutter really well. The fastball had some life to it. I know the radar gun wasn't popping 97s, but his fastball sneaky and it gets on you, especially the way he throws his cutter. But I thought he did a good job. He threw the ball up when he needed to. Commanded the slider, the cutter. Used a few change-ups here and there, but just kept us off the barrel. And the few opportunities we had to score, we didn't really cash in on them.
Glenn wasn't terribly efficient, but he did seem to have a solid outing.
It was a good outing. It's a good building block, I think, for him moving forward. 5 innings, 2 runs, and honestly could have given up 0. The 2 walk came back to haunt him. We talk about, obviously no free passes, but, made a good pitch to get out of that inning, just a weak ground ball. Corey's trying to make a play, and he was going to beat that ball out anyways, but, Corey's obviously trying to make a play to save a run, and unfortunately, it led to 2, but, I thought Glenn settled down. The last inning was probably his best inning. Honestly, the command, getting the ball down, getting the slider down. So it's a good building thing for him moving into his next start.
Good timing for an off day?
Yeah. I don't love off days after getting swept, but, go home, relax, get some rest for these guys, and come back with a bunch of energy on Friday.